Felix and the Wish of the Shooting Star.
In an enchanted forest, there lived a clever little fox named Felix. Felix had a bright red coat and a bushy tail that looked like a fluffy brush. He was famous for his cunning adventures and his love for shooting stars. Every night, when the sky was dotted with glittering stars, Felix would sneak out of his den. He gazed at the sparkling sky and patiently waited for a shooting star. When he saw one, he closed his eyes and wished something good for his friends in the forest. One special evening, with the full moon casting the forest in silver light, Felix saw the brightest shooting star of his life. He closed his eyes and wished that all the animals in the forest might have happiness and joy. Felix's wish came true. Throughout the forest, a feeling of joy and togetherness spread. The animals found food and the birds sang the happiest songs. Felix returned to his den content, curled up in his soft bed of leaves, and dreamt of new adventures and the shooting stars that granted his wishes. And so ends the story of Felix, the clever fox who filled the forest with his wishes, and all the animals lived happily and content under the sparkling starry sky. Good night, little adventurers, and may your dreams be as radiant as the stars.
The Adventures Squirrel Emil.
Once upon a time, there was a lively little squirrel named Emil. Emil lived in a cozy tree nest high up in an old oak tree in the forest. He had soft, furry fur and a lively personality. Every morning, after enjoying a delicious breakfast of nuts and berries, he embarked on his exciting daily adventure. Emil was a true explorer. He effortlessly climbed the highest branches and leaped from tree to tree. His favorite place was the Enchanted Grove, a mystical part of the forest known to only a few animals. There were sparkling streams, glowing mushrooms, and shimmering flowers. Emil loved to roam around in this mysterious part of the forest. One day, while Emil was dozing on a branch, he heard a faint sobbing. He followed the sound and found a frightened baby squirrel named Ella. She was lost and had lost her way home. Emil decided to help Ella and offered to safely guide her back to her tree nest. And with Emil as her brave guide, they set off through the forest. They crossed streams, climbed over rocks, and traversed dense thickets. Emil comforted Ella and shared stories from his own adventures. Eventually, they reached Ella's tree nest, and she was embraced by her relieved family. Emil returned to his own nest, feeling warm and happy inside. He had not only experienced an exciting adventure, but also helped a little friend. From that day on, Ella and Emil became the best of friends in the forest, sharing many more adventures together. Emil's love for adventure and his kindness toward other animals made him a beloved resident of the forest. He proved time and again that even the smallest squirrel can achieve great things when it has the courage to help others and explore the world. And so, Emil lived happily and contentedly in his tree nest high up in the oak tree, knowing that the next adventure was never far away.
Ronnie and the Tales of the Moon.
Once upon a time, there was a little deer named Ronnie who lived in the heart of the forest. Ronnie had big, curious eyes and a fluffy white tail. Every evening, before Ronnie nestled into his cozy nest, made of soft moss, he would hear Owl Hooty wishing him a good night. One evening, Ronnie decided to visit the moon. He hopped lightly through the forest and eventually reached a small clearing where the moon poured its silver rays. The moon smiled at Ronnie and said, "Come here, little dear, and I'll tell you a special story." Ronnie listened in fascination as the moon told tales of space adventures and twinkling stars. When the story came to an end, Ronnie felt warm and happy. He thanked the moon and hopped back to his nest. Upon reaching his nest, Ronnie snuggled into the moss and closed his eyes. He dreamed of the wonderful stories from the moon and flying through the starry sky. The nightingales sang him a lullaby, and Ronnie fell asleep peacefully, accompanied by exciting dreams. Good night, dear Ronnie, and dream sweetly of the adventures that await you.